and good morning, everybody. My name is Joshua Bleasy. I am the Unknown Prophet. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome to the stream today. As we begin our journey, as we begin our path, we start to open up the lines of communication, and we are now ready. That's right, guys. I come here to use my homemade deck, the 5 Paths Tarot, to divine the best possible paths for you. These are the Ethereal Fire readings. That's right. I am not holding back any longer. You get to see all of me from now and this point forward. They are extreme, more extreme kind of messages. I am not going to do anything in my power to put you on the path that you need to be on. I will help you reach that best day ever. I have done this with my own spirituality, and now I return back to it once again as I enter a new stage of my life. Welcome on in, everybody. I hope you're all having a fabulous day, and I hope this is a wonderful Tuesday morning for all of you. As I welcome you into my stream, I just want to say thank you for all of the love and support that you show me along the way. Please, if you want to, like and subscribe this video. Please show me that little bit of shout out love. If you want a reading, you gotta come to, that's right, twitch.tv, the Unknown Prophet 1. So come to that and you will get your reading today. So if you're watching on any other stream that's rebroadcasting right now, you want a reading, you gotta come to Twitch. Hey guys, that's right, I am the Unknown Prophet. I am the master of the ethereal flame, and I am here to set the world on fire if I need to. You know, it's been a long time in my own spiritual journey, in my own spiritual path, when my life has awoken in me so many different things. And, you know, it's not always been easy for me to find the right path. I'm getting rid of the music, guys. Yes, we might have a little bit of music from time to time. Yes, we are having a lot of moments where we are learning and growing together as one. And as I begin to evolve, and as I begin to learn better things and how to do it better, you know, I try to translate that into what you guys do for you and your journeys as well. And, you know, there was a time when I started my path, when I became a witch, when I became the person who decided I would be this person someday. And it took almost 30 years of my life to get to a point where I loved myself, I loved my purpose, I loved my fate, I loved my destiny. I loved even the crap that I had to go through to get here. It's been a long time coming that I've waited for this moment my whole life. And when people said to me I would never reach this, I want to say to every last one of you, big middle fingers, 5-second flash there for you, because I did it. I am the person I've wanted myself to be. I am the person that I had. I have been creative. I have been a writer. I have been an artist. I have been a crafter. I have been a hard worker who worked in the back rooms of all of those places that you never got to see. I worked in the back of Toys R Us for a while. I was a bike builder. I've been homeless for 3 solid months. I've tried to run away from home, and I've tried to do a bunch of different things. Welcome in, Valerie, first time chatter. Welcome to the chat. Welcome aboard here. I'd like to welcome you in and welcome to my beautiful stars. We're going to get to your reading today. So since you haven't been here before, let me explain how this works for you today. I need you to help me choose some numbers. That's right, I'm putting the future in your own hands. So tell me, how many times do you want me to shuffle this deck for you? And then I need you to pick a second number, 1 through 52. That's where the answers you will seek in your deck. So the shuffle amount is 1 through 10. The picking your answers is 1 through 52. You choose your numbers and you ask your question. If you have a question you want to ask me today, put it as simply as possible so I can just understand it. If you want just a general reading and want me to tell you what you need to know today, not what you want to know, that's what I'm here to do. So Valerie, when you are ready, throw me your numbers, throw me your question, and let's get going whenever you're ready. As we begin, I do my first cleansing shuffle of the day. And if anything else extra happens during your reading, I will let you know. I am opening the doors and walking through right now for you, Valerie. So when you are ready, please let me know your numbers and question. Okay, I'm going to finish my cleansing shuffle. And alrighty then. And do you want a general reading or do you have a question of the day? General love reading. Okay, so we're ready. for Valerie. Here are your 6 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Oops, too many. 4, 5, and 6. General love speaking. And the 4th card. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th card is... So, Valerie, we've been searching for love for a little bit here, right? And the thing that you're finally ready for, the thing you've been waiting for most of your life has been that you finally found this peace within yourself, that you have finally gotten to this place within yourself where you're ready for what is real love would be like, what true love is really like. You're ready to fall in love with the soul. You don't want a body to match what you see in your head anymore. You want to match somebody's soul. You want to fall in love with that person who is going to make it so easy to be in that relationship with. And you've been working through some of those issues and problems recently. And the thing about it is, Valerie, is that the love that you have right now for yourself is important, yes. And I know you want to share this love with others. And that's what we're ready to do, is share our journey, to share our love. You're not trying to find a person who can help fix you any longer. You're not trying to fix anybody else. You just want to fall in love with a soul. You want a soul mate. When we say soulmate, it's not, I have a pretty face, I have all the things you've ever wanted. That's not true love. That's imagined love. That's dreamed love. Trust me, I know what dreamed love looks like. I had a dream that told me I would be all that I wanted myself to be. And that's what we're working on now, is just sharing our journey. So now we are proud of who we are. We're going to share what we've become. The whole us for the first time. Even if that means I have to share the icky parts I'm not still quite good with in myself. I'm willing to be so vulnerable and open to somebody who actually wants to see me for the first time. Because that's important to you. You want someone to actually see you. You want someone to actually know you. Mind, body, soul. And yes, you want that you have a type. You have been doing some things in the past that weren't always the best. But now you've moved on past those kind of bad relationship issues and bad relationship problems. I believe you've cleared the air, and now you're ready to begin what we call the real journey towards our real true love. And I want you to know that I believe that the one you're looking for is right around you right now. I believe it's within your area. I don't think you have to move anywhere or go anywhere to get this person. One of the things that I'm seeing right now, as far as someone you should be looking for, is I want you to remember the crafting stuff you used to like to do, Valerie, and how much that brought you some joy. There's something about that time frame where you met some people. So I don't know if you're a very big crafter, because I feel like you have a lot of I'm feeling a lot of creative energy, like a crafter, like someone who would make something. I don't know what you craft, but it's definitely a part of your personality, a part of what you're trying to do in this world and stuff like that. So now that we've got this right here, and I'm sorry my camera's a little bit not exactly working the best right now. I'm trying to get a new camera here, guys, soon. So give me a second to see if I can update the... Oh, fudge. Of course it wants to do this now, right? There, that's right. Okay, we got that right. Sorry about the camera moving around, guys. This is kind of normal for me. I have to move the camera around 5 different times to get it in the right spot so you can see my cards correctly. You know? And the thing that you're trying not to do right now, and that love that you want to find is that the only thing stopping you is that last little barrier, that last little vulnerable spot that you're kind of keeping a tiny bit hidden because you're ready to risk it, but you still don't want to risk it for just anybody. This part of yourself, you want to share with someone who will love you and understand you. It's not that you're not ready to share it, it's you want to find the right person to share it with. So sometimes these boundaries or these things that you put yourself in, sometimes you have a type. You have a certain kind of person you usually like to fall in love with. And you're putting up a wall that's blocking you from something that's even more beautiful, that's even more better for you. Yeah, that's what you're attracted to. That's what makes you feel all warm and goody inside. That's the physical part of our body. But now we have to match the physical to the mental and then to our very highest spirit, because we're sharing our soul with this person. That's what it means to melt the ice and bring down those final barriers, because you don't want to keep yourself blocked off from anything anymore. You're open, you're ready for any kind of love, as long as it's romantic love, it's true love, and it's good relationship affirming kind of love. You want to build this relationship together. You want to find someone you can build this relationship together with. You're tired of being the only one who puts in the work here. You don't want to be the only one who's always trying. You don't always want to be the one who has to put their heart out there first. You want someone to come along with you and say, let's find out who we are. Does this block match in the foundation of who we want ourselves to be? Does this block fit into the foundation we want ourselves to be? And then I start to build on top of that thing and start to build on top of that thing. You're not looking for, everyone wants the, for love at first sight. Okay, it happens, but it's a very rare thing for that to happen. You know what really happens most time? Your true love just shows up for you and you go, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't notice her that long. You know? Because let me tell you something here, Valerie, that this building stuff that you want to do with this mate, and I'm going to give you a description here in a second. I have to ask a question, and please forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm feeling a tear between masculine and feminine, okay? Whether that means that you're more determined to like women or men more than other. I'm a bisexual, so I like both, you know, and sometimes I get drawn out to one side of the coin and then I got drawn out to one other side of the coin. When I finally decided to find that real true love, I said, what kind of love do I really want for my life? And I started to make this choice between two different kinds of love. Now, yeah, the male love for me would have been beautiful, but it wasn't what I was seeking. It wasn't what I needed to fill my life. The feminine energy that I wanted in my life, I needed that in my life. And what I'm feeling from this person that is coming your way, because I really do feel that if you get back around that crafting stuff and where you used to do a lot of that kind of stuff, that's where you will find that soulmate. That's where you will find that person. Yes, you will be attracted to him, but you will probably not be your normal type. I'm going to warn you. You're probably going to go, maybe this guy isn't quite what I think it is, or what I don't think it is, kind of a deal. But honestly, you'll look at them in a new, different way. I don't know if you have a friend that has a crush on you or something like that you aren't aware of yet, you know? And what I'm seeing is, okay, let me describe what I'm seeing in my head. That he's not chunky. He's not very chunky, but he has got a very broad-based shoulder. He's very fit, but not too fit. He's not like an exercise freak. He's just, your normal, everyday, average guy. He's very tall, skinny. He's got a couple tattoos on an arm here or something like that. He has a very carefree, loving, spirited energy. He has a little bit longer, brownish hair. He sometimes wears an earring in one ear, but he doesn't always wear the earring. I don't know if this makes any sense to you, but I'm seeing this person in my head, and I think he has a secret crush in you he hasn't told you about. But you never really thought of him like that because he's never expressed any kind of other emotions other than just trying to be your friend. And he's really trying to be your friend first. He's not trying to find love with you, but he does have a tiny crush. And I don't know if that helps you seek out that person or not. Maybe just have a conversation more than anything. How do you feel about me? How do I feel about you? And I'm willing to bet if you break down the walls of what your preconceived notion is, and what you think you know, and understand you're seeing the real them for the first time, that you're seeing their real spirit, and that they are ready to share their energy with you. That's what's coming for you, Valerie. Oh, one other thing. Sometimes I freak people out with this, so I have to ask permission first, okay? I'm getting a direct message from either your higher power or your guides. And sometimes this can blow people really, really out of the water. So I like to ask people if they're ready for that messages, because sometimes they're not. An elderly man and woman are standing on a hill getting married with a sunset, and it feels like it was a second marriage renewed once again. It was like they renewed their marriage over and over and over again all of the dang time. And this warm, beautiful energy that I'm feeling is just coming and surrounding you with a bunch of hugs, and they're telling you something like, don't forget that we taught you that love and compassion was the best lesson we could teach you, and to remind yourself to be loving and compassionate with yourself still. And that's what they wanted to tell me to tell you. It just feels like you need a really big hug right now. So they're kind of giving you a really big hug. And they are helping you in your life, trying to help you, but they know you've got to live your life. You know, they're done with life. They're trying to guide you, yes, but they're not over pressuring or over making you want to do things or at all. But that's what I was seeing in my head, and that's what I'm telling you. So they just wanted me to tell you that. So with that, that's all I've got for you today, Valerie. I hope you appreciated my reading today. I hope I helped you find some answers that you were looking for. If nothing did resonate with you today for some reason, and it didn't really exactly fit, just ask yourself why that didn't fit, and do the best job you can by making the best possible choices that's right for you. Okay? Remember, your future is always in your own hands. No matter what I've told you, you have the right and responsibility to go put that ethereal fire back in your life and have this best day ever. So, there you go. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. I still am, if you want to know another answer about something else, because I'm feeling that kind of energy from you, like you had another question you wanted to ask. If you do, please let me know what that is. I still got you in the queue here, but I'm going to clear you off of the queue right now so that you're so anybody else knows that they can come in here and get their reading. So I really appreciate you today, Valerie. Thank you for stopping by. If you got to go self-care or go self-think, whatever you got to go do, it's perfectly fine. Thank you for any love and support you choose to show me. These are 100% free readings, guys. You know, I'll tell you about my journey a little bit. I had a dream when I was 8 years old that told me I would meet my one true love. Even though I fell in love with a dream, I had to fall out of love with that dream and fall in love with someone who was really, really human and here. That gave me the attributes to look for, but not necessarily telling me how to fall in love. But I made my fair share of mistakes. I fell in love with wrong people too. And I've been married for 18 years now, almost 19 years in June. We'll be together 19 years, married 18, okay? So we've been together 19 years, and that's the longest relationship I've ever had in my life. I tell you this, when you finally meet your soulmate, there will be nothing that can stop you. So just try to keep those good, honest communications open, and try to keep yourself vulnerable and allow them to see who you are. No? Okay, let's find out what Jay feels about you. Let me do a reshuffle, a re-cleanse for you, though, so I can get you a new answer for a new question. Okay? Let's find out. All right, welcome in, Zeal. How you doing today? All right, and Valerie, here are your 7 shuffles for what that question is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you want the 6th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6th card is on top. And this is how Jay feels about you right now, okay? Okay, so this is exactly what Jay is feeling about you or thinking, just think about you right now, okay? So don't take this as set in stone because people's minds change all the time, okay? But right now what he's thinking about you is he sees that you have gotten your life to a point where you believe in who you are. You trust that inner person within yourself. You trust those inner voices that you have developed yourself, that you have built yourself. You listen to the ancient knowledge and the ancient wisdom that you have obtained up to this point. So even though that Jay looks at you like that, like he sees you as a person who has their life together, who has their person who's listening to themselves, who's doing what's right for themselves, and it's a good feeling because they see you living a healthy, beautiful life, you know? So they see you in that way. However, comma space, sometimes they think you don't put out your own damn fires that you set yourself. So I don't know if you like to go and antagonize people sometimes, or people like to antagonize you, because every once in a while, you kind of light a fire somewhere. Now, sometimes you need to be the fire, but sometimes you walk away from that fire and forgot to put it out. AKA 3 boyfriends ago, need I say more? If you didn't put out that fire, you wouldn't be where you are today. So sometimes he's wondering if you still have a little bit left to extinguish out of that heart of yours to be ready for someone who doesn't have that attachment kind of feeling to them. So it's not that that's a bad thing. It's just sometimes they think, okay, all right. He thinks the number one thing that he thinks right now, though, Valerie, is that you have blown the top off of your life. And if people are going to get in your way right now and not be a positive force in your life and not keep you on the right track and not support you and not be there for you and not do all the things that they haven't done for you in the past, you're going to be like lava that's going to go down the hill and spread yourself all over all of that crazy shit. That means utterly destroying everything in your path. Guess what that means? A new road forward. So maybe you may have had to destroy one world to create another. But the heat is still cooling, and I think he's got a little bit of a spicy heat inside of himself for you as well. And I kind of think you kind of know that because he's kind of been throwing the flirt your way. But the last thing that he sees is that you're in a stage of transition, that you're moving from one stage to the next. Whereas you were putting all of your problems into a big pile and not dealing with them a long, long time ago, right? And that meant you had to let those things start to allow them to move out of your life. Well, now the last thing he thinks is that this last little thing that you're letting go of, that this last little thing that you are being free from, is the only thing stopping you from you and this J person getting together. You know? And he's just waiting for you to let that last thing go so that he can see you in a different light. So he's waiting for this transitional stage to end because he knows by the time you're done, you will be like a fertile new plot of ground, like we've just tilled the soil, and now we might be able to plant new seeds in our lives. But you both have to bring those seeds together. You both have to feed those seeds. You both have to watch those seeds grow. And all of that stuff is going to have to happen. So he just thinks you're in a stage of transition sometimes. And that he knows you have some things you are doing and dealing with that are really, really good. That you do have some things you do still have to put out there. And that last little thing you have left to let go of. But you are definitely ready to pour down onto this world your path, your journey, your everything you want to do. That's the destruction that needs to happen so that you can have that new future you want. And that's kind of what Jay is thinking right now. So you got to kind of take all of that into context and kind of think that, remind yourself that a lot of things go on in our heads all at the same time. So these are mixed emotions sometimes too. So, you know, I think the what part was when I told you he was feeling a tiny bit spicy towards you. You might not be. I want you to take down the blinders that you put on your whole life, not seeing what's right in front of you. Your whole life that's been trying to scream at you, your whole life. It's time to take down the blinders, Valerie, and see maybe him for who he really is. And maybe those rose-colored glasses need to break just a tiny bit on his end, but we'll see what happens in the future with this, okay? Because it does require communication. So I think the thing you and Jay need to work on the most is communication. And just being a little bit more free with that vulnerability. And I know you're a little bit more, you're waiting for him to show you that vulnerability, but you're the one who wants to find love. So you're the one who has to share that vulnerability first. So, you know, and I know you're ready to finally do that. So I hope that helps you. All right, on to the next. Crypto, it's your turn. Let me do your cleansing shuffle for you, Crypto. And thank you for stopping by today, Valerie. I really do appreciate it. As always, I thank you for being here. All right, and Crypto, I want to get to you before you disappear on my ass. Throw me numbers, throw me question. That way you can go watch your VOD if something happens. The second you come in here, just throw me your numbers, throw me your question, and say, check back up if you see me. I will go back there. I think you need to go talk to him. I think he's trying to make you a tiny bit jealous. It's working, isn't it? Why are you jealous? Why? Sorry, Valerie. I couldn't help myself. Oh. I didn't say it was a strong feeling. I just told you that, you know, he had a little bit of a spicy thing for you. Yeah, there you go. You know. Crypto, please tell me you're here. Alexa, put 3 minutes on the clock.
3 minutes, starting now.
Everyone gets 3 minutes to respond now, guys. I am trying to do a little bit quicker readings, but I want to give you at least 3 minutes. And I know Crypto is one of my VIPs here, and I just want to make sure. Oh, there she is. There you go. All right, let's find out. I got it now. I saw it now. 1, 2, 3. I already did the cleansing shuffle. 4 and 5. Oh, a direct answer, they say, huh? And 1. The thing about it is that they both feel like they're missing something in this relationship. I'm not going to lie. They know that they don't give enough to each other. They don't donate back to each other's love box, as we would like to say here. And I think that the stresses of what they're going through and how their communication is breaking down and how everything seems to not be working out right now is kind of adding to their own personal piggy banks. More self-worth is appearing in Richard than Mary right now, and Mary doesn't feel like she's worth. She doesn't feel worthy, or she feels better than, more than anything, that she deserves more than he is willing to give. He's only willing to give so much because he hasn't seen that back in return. That's why I think she was the one who's cheating. I don't think he was the one who was cheating. And the thing about it is, Crypto, is that it's gonna be moved into the what is it gonna become now, because now they're deciding that. What kind of a shape do they want the marriage to go in, right? Well, they can be like the sword and cut it apart and break apart. They can be like the shield that goes back to protecting itself again. Okay, you're going to cheat on me. Let's have a more open relationship. I'm going to protect myself from harm. My love for you has gone. Now I'm just with you because you're a person who's with me. Or are you going to be the cup that fills that other person up and they fill you up, rebuilding and repurposing their marriage to being a more healthier marriage? Or are they going to be the fan where one of them just takes the control and cuts them all the way off and just leaves? And I think that he is the one who's more of the chance of leaving than her, okay? Because there's only so much you can put into the fire before one of them gets burned. And they're both adding equal amounts of... Alexa, stop. Timer. They're both putting in equal amounts of transformation into this fire. Part of them wants this to end. Part of them wants it to be fixed. Part of them wants it to go into a different direction. Part of them want them to have a major reason to stop going and doing this to themselves. Stop doing this and doing to themselves. Exactly. That they have to remind themselves that Richard has to start putting in the logs, feeding her fire any longer. Okay? If he's gonna keep saying this is okay, then it's not going to end until he gets so broken inside that he almost gets burned, and then people have to come scoop him up afterwards. I think that he will trust his inner voice, that he will listen to that power that he's being given right now, because God is trying to show him that maybe this isn't the right one, that this isn't the right thing you need to be a part of right now, but he has to learn to listen. He has to learn to listen to those inner thoughts and those inner voices. He's trying to make a power move in some way, shape, or form, but he's trying to get prepared for it, if that makes any sense for you. You know what I'm saying? That he kind of sees the end coming. He knows he's got to start thinking about the D word here. But that means he's got to get finances in order. He's got to break his credit cards with him. He's got to do it in a slow way. So when he finally does leave her ass, he doesn't have any more attachment to her. You know, he wants a clean break, or he wants nothing. You know, more than anything, he wants a clean break from this. I think if there was any more time that she cheats one more time, I think he's gone. I really do. If she cheats one more time, especially with that same guy she keeps going back to, I think he's going to say so much like this: you know what? You can stay there now. I want my key fucking back. But I can't guarantee that's coming anytime soon. I can only guarantee that that's on its way. I think he's trying to be smart about this. I don't think your brother's not a stupid man. He knows what it means if he says the D word to her. Right? Yeah, but there's the one that broke the camel's back. You know, there's that straw that breaks them, right? And I think he kind of said to her in a way, and I think your brother's kind of showing it too, that he's not really thrilled with this relationship so much anymore. You know, that he's really thinking, why do I let this woman keep doing this to me? And a lot of people have been trying to tell him that. He's finally listening. So you got to give him a little bit of time to process there, Crypto. That's all you got to do, you know? He's trying to fix himself. Well, until he can get past the I'm worthy, I'm better than this, I deserve better than this. You know? And then it will finally end. Because I think he's done with it. You know, he's done with the cheating. He's done with the going behind the back. He's done with the lack of communication. He's done feeling like he's not special or worthy. He wants to feel better than this. But I think he's, like you said, he's being smart about it. I don't think he's trying to be dumb about it. That's all. You know? So I think you just kind of have to let it kind of happen, because I don't know if you know everything going behind the scenes. So that's what I would ask you to do, is go talk to your Richard and say, hey, will you just let me know if I am right on this feeling, that I kind of feel like you're trying to do this in a nice, slow way, just to give me that hope that I know it's coming, you know? You know, I think that's all you need. And I think he'll kind of go, yeah, you're not wrong, kind of a way, you know? like you would normally do. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's what I got for you today, Crypto. Zeal. Clearing the cards off. Fuck you. No God cards for you at all. No God cards at all. Nothing's popped out at all. That was that they didn't need to have God cards. They thought that was pretty straightforward, so you know. Zeal. Zeal. Zeal, my brother, it's your turn. Crypto, you can have your turn after that. So do you want a general? What do you want today? What do you need today there, my friend? Yep, I'm just waiting for Zeal. Zeal, please let me know what your numbers are and question. I think you're typing right now, so I'm going to give you a moment to type. Welcome in, Angel. Welcome in, first-time chatter. Welcome to my chat. Welcome to the Unknown Prophet Daily Tarot Readings. 10 shuffles, General. What's your second number, Zeal? 1 through 52. General. I'll start doing a cleansing shuffle for you here, clearing the cards off one last time for you. Here we go. Here are your 10 shuffles. Give me your second number by the time we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, 7. Too many. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops, another one. All right, and your second number is? Last one's dealer's choice, huh? Rules. Just look up in the pinned chat there, Angel. Those are the rules there up on top. So I don't have a command for that yet. It's I don't have that command on. Alexa, pick a number 1 through 52.
Here's a number between 1 and 52. It's 31.
31 is your number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and it was... Alexa, what was my number?
In Blaine, it is 04 30 2024.
Alexa, what was my number 1 through 52? Was it...
Here's a number between 1 and 52. It's 31.
I don't remember what it was. Was it 31? 32. Okay. 31. And here's the 32nd. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Brain fart. All right. That's why I don't like doing that. But here's what you want. So here's what you get. So, Zeal. Building up this resilience and this resilient nature of yours and bringing back into yourself that you know that this is a time to build up those personal boundaries, those personal shields to go back in and get all of those little dinks out of the armor again. That we have to remind ourselves that some of the growth that we had to endure may have scarred our armor, but we are stronger for it. We are resilient for it. We are more powerful for it. And the only thing we want to do now is find a purpose, to find something that will lead us to a destiny, a fate, something that will give us meaning in life once again. And you know that it's going to be a journey. You know it's going to take, you're going to have to go live life and stuff like that. You know that already. But you're trying to finally dig underneath the surface of what you really want and what you think you've wanted your whole life. What you think you want isn't what you really want. This is what you really want. The dirty, deep, dark stuff that you don't tell anybody else about, right? And now we're trying to raise ourselves up to a higher level. That means we take off the mask. It's okay. And we do that. So now we have to take that mask off and put it into the trash and let it slowly start to decay and get out of our lives. We know it's not a fast process, that we have some we have to let go of in order to get to the really nitty gritty us. And they're advising you at this point, and what they really want to tell you is, hey, if you're doing this right now, then you're on your path, you're on your journey, you're finding your purpose, right? Because we need you to build up this armor. We needed you to have this strength for the journey ahead, because this is what helps you live a happy life. This is what helps you live a happy life. Now you have to go live in the happy and start to make those choices and decisions that lead you to that need, not the want. Underneath that surface of what that really means to you, and taking it off and saying, nope, I'm not hiding behind what I think everyone wants me to understand. I need to get underneath that surface and throw the other stuff away I don't need, because it will be beneficial for me. And that's what they're trying to tell you right now. Let's see what the gods have to say to you, because you got 2 God cards too. And your God cards are this, Zeal, that your gods want you to know that they see you molding yourself into the shape you want yourself to be, but they still want to know what that picture looks like. You decide what kind of view the world you have of yourself. You were always born a beautiful flower, but not everyone sees you like that. Just like when people see a dandelion in a field and they say, I don't know if that's pretty or an invasive weed I don't really want in my life, right? Well, you're doing this within yourself and finding the beauty within yourself. Even though people may be considering you a weed, you are the beautiful flower. The shape that will match that molding is what you are creating now. So as you are putting your life back in order and figuring it all out, you are taking that step further and further and further into the person that you've been wanting to be, the life you wanted to have, the destiny and fate you wanted to have come true. That's their advice from you, for you. Put your life back in your own hands again. So, Crypto, what's your next question? Why clear these cards off from Zeal? Crypto? Some of my cards aren't facing the right way. Okay. Those ones are good. 4 and 4. How does Mary feel about you? You know how she feels about you, but I'll tell you in a second. I'll confirm it for you. Give me a second to make sure all my cards are facing up. Okay, I think I got it all. All right, if I find another one, I'll just worry about it when I get to there. Here are your cleansing shuffles there, Crypto. And we want to know how Mary feels about us. Okay, we'll get to that. And Angel, it is your turn after this, okay? All right, Crypto. Here are your 4 shuffles for how Mary feels about you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you have the 4th card. 1, 2, 3. How she sees you, huh? I'm not doing 13 shuffles today. I'm sticking to my normal thing today. I'll do that once in a while, Zeal. I'm not going to do that every time. But Crypto, how does Mary feel about you? The writing's on the wall. She sees you exactly how you think she sees you. She sees you as this portrait of whatever doom or catalyst or thing that's getting in her way, because she is about the money. She is about the getting and selfish nature of herself. She doesn't care two shits about it. She walks by your painting and goes, oh, okay, you were there. Oh, okay, you're there. You're hanging up on her wall. She just keeps passing by you like you have a whole no interest to her. And she sees you trying to light your world on fire. That's how she feels about you. She sees you trying to light your world on fire. She thinks it's a destructive thingy when it's a rebuilding, recreation thingy. She's taking it the wrong way. She will always take it the wrong way with you. She's going to see what she wants to see. She feels that, you want to burn her world down. Of course you want to burn her world down. You really do want to do that. You want she feels about you exactly how you know she feels about you. She doesn't put you in the passenger seat with her in her journey because you're not a part of her journey. Even her husband's not a part of her journey. It's like she went fishing and caught the right fish. Well, there comes a time when you eat all of the fish and the fish can't sustain you anymore. Once that happens, it's like, I'm out of here, get in the car and go. Right? She's not crazy. She's a broken human being, just like every other broken human being who's been in bad relationships time and time again, who's always gotten taken advantage of. Now she's ready to finally get hers and get hers only. So she's not crazy. She's broken. She feels that you don't put the right kind of things into your own life to make yourself grow. She thinks you're childish. She feels that you don't sow the right seeds for the life that you want to live. She doesn't see you making them grow. She doesn't see you making them do things. Like I said, this is just what she feels about you. And like I said, exactly. But she does it anyway. You know she does it anyway. She doesn't think of it as toxicity. She thinks of it as self-empowerment. She thinks of it as, oh yeah, all right, you know. Well, then why are you asking me how she feels about you? Stop wasting your reading stuff on stuff like that. What does the God have to tell you? Please start just trusting your intuitions. We are telling you exactly how this is going to happen. When the time is right, we will give you the right kind of power to wield what you want to happen into life. But wait for us. We're going to tell you when it's time. Single God card for you. A straight ass answer. Trusting yourself, trusting your inner guides, trust your spiritual energies, trust your highest power to take care of it for you. And hi D, nice to see you come on in. Welcome my Twitch son. All right, Angel. Well, did she respond? Miss Magician's in the chat. Miss Magician in the chat. Miss Magician in the chat. Here's another wonderful tarot reader. I would highly recommend you go find it, especially if astrology is your thing. She's the astrologer tarot reader. She's my baby. She's my Twitch daughter. I love her with all of my heart. She's my student and awesome person here. So thank you and welcome in. Hi, handsome. Hey, Cozy. Been missing you. Ooh, baby. Hi, Cozy. How you been? All right. So, Angel, since you haven't been here before, you've already given me everything I need. So, let's just get to it. I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle for you and tell you what you need to know about you and Cornelius, okay? So, when I'm shuffling, when it's your turn, if a card hits the desk like this, that's a message from your higher power. Since you haven't been here before, I want you to know that you get to hear these messages whether you want to or not. So just know that these are the most extreme messages and most advice from your highest power. Whatever you choose to believe in, I don't get in the way of what you believe, okay? So here are your 6 official shuffles. And 11. 6 and 11. 6 and 11. 6 and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1 God card. 11th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. How is Cornelius feeling about you, huh? Feels like you are waiting on pins and needles and waiting for Ariana. Thank you, Ariana. Sorry, I didn't recognize your name. Is Angel okay, though? Does Angel work for this one, Angel? Instead of the Ariana? I can't say. Yep, okay, Angel. So, we did the auction. So here's how we go. Alright, so you know, right now, Cornelius is kind of feeling like you're putting up this kind of defensive nature of yourself. I know you're not trying to do this on a real life level, but sometimes you kind of come off as if I want to get close to you, but you keep putting out these daggers, and I'm wondering why I want to hug that. You know? Why do you keep putting up these defensive natures around me? Why do you keep putting up these defensive posturing around me? I want to see those defenses drop down, and so that we can start to soak into our lives together. Maybe there's something there, maybe there's something not there, but until we can melt the ice and get past this frozen part that we feel locked in right now, and you have to do more of the melting than he does. Spring has come. It's time for the ice to melt. It's time for it to feed the earth and feed your life. So he feels that you're just a little bit defensive right now, kind of maybe just protecting yourself. We do have an ad. We stopped for ad break, so we're stopping for just a second. We got an ad break, so we got 20 seconds for an ad break here, and then we'll be back in 14 seconds. So, Angel, if you're still here, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in 1 second. And we're back. Okay, we are back. All right, good to go. We are back here. There, back to your reading, Angel. Just wanted to make sure you didn't miss anything, okay? So I stopped for a little bit. What he wants to see, what he thinks more about you more than anything is, he knows that you have been trying to be proud of the beauty that you have inside of yourself. He doesn't know whether or not you think of yourself as that ugly old weed who needs to be pulled out of the ground and thrown away into the trash, or you are that beautiful flower that he saw grow up through the cracks like a dandelion does, and it's the most powerful flower out there because it can grow through that much thick granite with that tiniest of a cracks it can grow through. And you got through this growth for a reason. He's just trying to figure out whether he sees you in that ugly old weed pile or that beautiful weed pile. And it's kind of tossing him in the air a little bit, right? He wants to see you build on top of what they have already and see to build. Believing that you're that beautiful flower, taking down those defenses and building up upon what we've already built. He wants to see it be something we build together. Not an angel, not a Cornelius thingy. It's got to be together. I'm not ready for that quite yet. I've still got to put a couple of my own blocks down to make sure I'm stable first. He's preparing for that maybe a possibility of you and him. Okay? Preparing, but not deciding. That means he's sorting things out into nice little piles and he's saying, do I want some angel? Do I want to put this in my pot? Do I like her soup? Does she like my soup? Blah, 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 blah. Right? And it's a taste test. So it's time to taste test a little bit more. Maybe it's time to reveal to him that defensive stuff that you've been holding back on, that little bit vulnerable part that you haven't been showing them. Maybe that's all they need to see to grow into that beautiful flower. Because without the water, a flower can't grow. Without that growth being through these cracks in the wall and showing up that you are the beautiful flower in his wall. Because he saw that this could be something, but he has to prepare himself because he's just not quite ready for that much right now. And then your gods come to tell you a secondary answer on top of that. That you're doing just fine with who you are as a person. You know, you are who you are and you have to own that beauty and own yourself outright. Because that's what you want him to fall in love with. This person that you are now. The good, the bad, the uglies. If there's going to be ever true love between you, you have to show him this. The whole tree. The ins, the outs, everything's in between. Because that's the only way he will ever take you in. Oofty, I got a line now. Alright, now I am now enabling my one reading for per person crypto. This is your last reading for right now. I'm getting too busy now to answer multiple questions about things that you mostly know the answers to. So, Miss Magician. Hootie. How are we doing today, young lady? I'm going to start cleansing. I already know it's 3 and 11 general. 3 and 11 general today there. My Miss Magician. Three and 11. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. No God cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Later, I'm going to try to clean my camera off a little bit and try to get it a little bit better, but I can't. This is as best as I can do right now, guys. I'm sorry if it's not the best quality of camera, but I didn't buy a new over-the-head camera, and if I do this one on top, you can see the cards better, but then you can't see me. I don't know. Maybe we'll try switching the cameras around one of these days. You'll see a little bit more of my dirty desk, but whatever. Okay, TC. As you know, and we will talk about it after, that this part has been coming a long time. That you've been waiting for this decay to finally leave you. That you don't need this icky crap any longer. It's finally turning into dirt. Because you've done the work. You've owned up to your path. You've owned up to your journey. Now it's just that last little thing you have to go through to embrace the new path. And what do they want you to do with it? Make a plan that's easy and right for you. Make a plan that's gonna work for you. Decide what steps you're willing to take when you're ready to take them. Celebrate each step. Take a break from each step and then embrace it into your life and let it become a part of you. They just want to see you take that easy path approach right now because they see you going through change. They see you on the rebuilding and rebirthing part. We're almost to living life. We've got one last thing left to do before we can get to the life part. And that rebirth part is this labor process, or the dark night of the soul, as I like to put it, you're going to be going through soon. Because it's the only way you will feed this new growth that you want to have happen in your life. And things aren't going to things have been chaotic lately for a reason. Things have been like this for a reason. Because you need all of that to help you realize what the potential of what you really had and what you're really capable of was. So until we got you to this point where you believed it wholeheartedly, completely, and totally, knowing what you now have to do, and knowing that you're willing to accept that as a part of your journey and a part of your path, that's what opens up that potential for everything else you want in your life to come true. Because you've let go of the last thing that you have to let go of before you become the Miss Magician completely, totally, every day, all day long. You will make a plan to get there. You are not going to just jump into it when you're not ready for it. But you know that this is going to be a transformative moment. You know this is going to bring you new life. And you know that you will finally see what potential you haven't been giving yourself. And the reward will be the life you've always wanted to live. Because now you're really willing to accept the gifts they want to give you. You know? I don't need to say anything else there. You know it. You know that this is truth. It may be more confirmation. What's the next card? What would have been 12? If you decided it was 12? The Inner Oak. The next card would have been Inner Oak. So, if you take this as a secondary message for you, hey, you know you still have to move out that old furniture because we had to fucking move, didn't we? We have to adjust to that new place, don't we? We know we have stuff to move out of ourselves so we can make room for this beautiful life we want to have. It's the last thing you have to do. It's going to keep coming up here, Kristen. It's going to keep coming up for you because that's exactly what you need to do next. Now is that time to let that crap go and give it back to your higher source, your higher power, and let them carry it for you the rest of the way. It will be easier for you if that happens, you know? Okay. And deal with the past. And leave it there. And move forward, for God's sake. They just jumped that one right out at me for you. Oh my God. There you go. I love you. I'll talk. Hey, if you want to talk after stream, you and me, I owe you a conversation after stream. Sorry, I've got to go take care of her today, there, D. So nothing else for me for right now. y'all just have to figure this out. Yeah. Well, like I said, if you want to, I'm here. If you don't need me, I'm here. I love you either way, hon. All right. Yeah, I bet you are. Like I said, you're approaching it. You're approaching it fast. Everything you're telling me is telling me that your soul and spirit is ready for this. And you're about to fill your plate up and eat good too. So remember, don't get, what you've got right now is what do we call, fat puppy syndrome or after turkey dinner syndrome. You've gotten so much filled up right now, you have to kind of sleep it all off so you can make your room better for that. If you're starving, get out of bed and make a sandwich, okay? So feed what you need, not what you want. You have to get up and get food, right? Well, you know where the food is. Get up and go get them. Or say, Raven, can you bring me a sandwich? And see if she does it. If she's even there. Probably at school. All right. Cozy, it's your turn. Cozy messages, it's your turn. Serenity, you're next. Crypto, you're last. All right, let me do this cleansing shuffle for you. I had to get up at 4 o'clock this morning to go get an MRI. You know? I'm almost there, Serenity. Next thing we'll get to you next, okay? Let me deal with Cozy real quick and then we'll get to you, okay? This is a big one too, Cozy. I can feel this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost did it more than I was supposed to. 6, 7, 8, 9. And the 17th card. You have 2 God cards today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and the 17th card is now on top. What does the inner child have to tell us, huh? Ooh, we're ready to hear this. I love giving these kind of readings. So, Cozy, listen up. Here's what your inner child is trying to tell you. Doesn't it feel to you it's about time to take us back? Isn't it about time to reunite that inner child within once again? Because we want to see you take that control back. We want to see you use this moment to control the ebbs and flows of your life. It's time for you to realize some childhood dreams. Why haven't we done this? Why haven't we flamed the fire of the thing we wanted the most? And we know what that was. We just didn't pay attention to it because everyone told us that wasn't the flame, that wasn't the flame, that wasn't the flame, it wasn't the flame. And you heard them and you listened. Oh, poor you. You had to go through the same thing we all went through. I am not that hurt. I know you had to take that control of your life, but bring us back. If you want us back, then ask for us back. Well, maybe it's time to realize it. Maybe it's time to get that nice, calm plot of land where you work it and till it and create your beauty. And while you're waiting for things to grow, you can sit up there like a fiddle on the church and all of that fun stuff. You know? And you can play the music for the crops. You'll have the best crops in the world. People will love your crops. Whatever you decide to grow will grow immensely. Your inner child also wants you to realize that you've moved past that one worldview or image you used to have of yourself. And they're proud that you finally saw all of that which you have within inside of yourself as well. That you have to remind yourself that the little pieces did come together. That you are the person you are today because they did find that way back into your life. That message that you needed to see was shown to you so you could be able to see it. All your inner child wants you to do now is this. And this is where I love the messages that I get from people sometimes. Your inner child wants you to bask in the sun like a sunflower in a sunflower field, gathering up all the beauty and love and light that you've ever not given to yourself when you were little. It's time to bask in the happy. It's time to bask in the love and the light of what we want to do. Why not? Why not do it now? Maybe if I got back out into the thing and realized some of my dreams, maybe I go try to do this. And I don't know if it's sunflower seeds are probably one of the most popular treats out there, the most healthiest treats out there. So if you go grow a sunflower field and plant sunflowers in a sunflower field and see that for the beauty it really was, and that helps you control your life and what you really want to do, 2 yellow cards. But what their inner child wants you to know the most is you finally reached home. The home you said you promised yourself you wanted to reach, Cozy. You reached it. You did it. Congratulations. We're proud of ourselves for this. We're proud. Our inner child just wants to clap. Our life is what we want it to be. They're proud of what you took, the dreams and goals and things that you did from that childhood and tried to build on top of them. Now is the time to return to that. Now is the time to give yourself back to that. Because that's what makes you feel at home. This is what makes you feel home. And isn't it about time you do cry happy tears? Because those are happy tears. Happy tears because you realize it's true. You wanted an inner child message? You got an inner child message. Now let's see what God has to tell you to do. Okay? Now that you know what your inner child wants you to know, God and Gods want you to know, tend back to the self that matters. If you feed this fire, the fire you want to burn in your life, like your inner child was trying to tell you, you will get the picture you've always wanted to see. You will finally make this picture come true. And when you do, your life will suddenly be like this. You know what? I've got my joint in my hand, my violin, my sunflowers growing, my beautiful family, my beautiful home, and all I'm wanting to do right now is watch those sunflowers. I got to go out tomorrow and feed those flowers and make sure they grow and keep them on track and make sure I do everything right. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy to get there, but if you want that picture to come true, then you have to start to weave that web so that when you get to the end of this picture, that's what you see. The only way you can do that is if you tend back to that inner child that you say you've been ignoring. So, your inner child wants to do this. I love you. Right about now, Cozy. Ooh, here's someone I haven't seen in chat for a while. Oh my God, it's Serenity of Wind. These have changed, Serenity. These have changed. I'm now doing what I call Ethereal Fire readings. You automatically get to see your God cards now. And there's a much stronger energy and psychic force helping me as I walk through the door of the ether for the first time. I'm doing something a little bit different now. So, same numbers, same questions, all of that stuff still applies. It's just now the energy has kind of shifted a little bit. And these aren't blunt tarot readings anymore. They are Ethereal Fire readings because I'm going to light your world on fire if I have to. So, Serenity, throw me your numbers and your question of the day, and I will try to answer it for you. No, thank you, Cozy, because that's what your little inner child is saying. Thank you. No, thank you for this reading. Thank you, because you needed it. That's a hard question to answer, but We'll get to it when it's your turn, D. Okay? So 9, and what's the second number? 1 through 52, Serenity. 9, shuffle. I'm going to clear your cards out for you. I'll answer that question when we get to your turn, okay? You're human. They're human. That's why. It boils down to human. You're just human. We all have that within us. We can all be shits and we can all be beautiful people if we want to be. Unfortunately, it takes one thing to turn us from a shit to a good person and a good person to a shit. So... So you want to know why your aunt is trying to contact you after all these years. Once I see your second number, I'm going to start to give you your 9 shuffles here. Serenity, I'm going to start to shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the 7th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th card. You have a 1 God card message for you as well. Holy crap, Serenity. Why are they contacting you after all of these years? Right? Well, for whatever reason they feel that they've caused you harm in this world, and that whatever anger used to be there between you and them, they're trying to repair. They're trying to suss up the rest of their life by going without anything leaving them with any kind of unfinished business. And this has been the biggest unfinished business of her life. Because I don't know what happened between you two, but it felt like it got very angry and vicious for a while. And then it was like, okay, let's be more of a calm, cool collective. And then it was nothing for 3 years until now. Well, she is planning the end of her life. She's trying to shore up things so that she can get that closure she needs. She needs this to help complete her path. She needs this closure in order to move on and move forward. This will probably be the last time you ever talk to your aunt, by the way. Okay? And I'm not using that as a threat against your aunt. I'm just saying as in energy, her spirit is trying to get to that place where she feels like she's ready to move on as far as who she used to be. It may be moving into the next world as well, but I don't know if her health has been kind of bad lately. It feels like she has a lot of really bad heart or circular stuff going on with her. Yeah. Well, I know that's what you want. You asked me what she wants with you. She just wants to have closure. She wants to see her path end the right way. All she wants is to probably apologize and or clear the air or whatever she's going to say, and then that will be the last time you ever hear from her. Because she's in that transition stage, Serenity, transition of that life cycle we all go through every single day. She's on the way to what? Not physical death necessarily, but it is a mental death of sorts. Something has to end for a new beginning to begin. That she needs this to end and be put to death in the ground in her mind so that she can mourn it, get over it, move on, and then get past how she feels angry about herself. Her plan will be realized and she will be able to go into the next world without worrying about this being a burden on her heart anymore. I don't know. I think there's something that might have changed recently, and that's why she's calling. They might have been like that at one point, but 3 years is a long time there, my friend. You know? And maybe if they're toxic and they don't even realize it because they don't care about people, well, maybe they're scared. They're running scared that their life is going to end without them being able to finish what they feel their spirituality and what their whole little mess of a life is. They're trying to find peace before peace comes to them, you know? And that's all it's really about. It's finishing up the paperwork and that closure part and moving on and moving past it. Maybe even giving you closure to be able to move on and move past it. You know what I'm saying? Because it may seem that they're selfish, but once the table has turned, trust me, you'll understand and you'll see why it happened like it did. Because karma's a bitch and you're the karma. And do you need to be the person who blows their top off and doesn't take that from them anymore? And maybe that's what you need to say to them because you need to destroy their world like they tried to destroy your world, and that you need to be the catalyst for them to change, for them to pour down a new path. Have you ever considered this there? Sometimes we have to burn that world down in order to see. Sometimes that means we just burn our own world up. My relationship with you, I'm burning it down. I don't care if they feel guilty. I don't care if they treat people like shit anymore. Let them destroy themselves. Let them destroy their world that has been so important to them up to a certain point, because eventually the dam will break and the lava will go boogie, boogie, boogie all over the place. You know? And because she's a religious woman and believes in forgiveness and believes in all of that stuff, she's trying to do what she thinks her faith is trying to ask her to do by completing that, forgiveness, atonement stuff, and all that stuff before she dies. That's it. You know? I mean, you kind of know she's like that anyway. She's got a very superior, my beliefs are the right beliefs. End of story. And I know that. So you don't have to take the call either, Serenity. You don't have to call her back. All you have to do is say blocked and move on with your life and tell her to go find her own peace somewhere else because you're not giving it to her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Crypto, this is your last and final time for this stream. What do you need to know, my friend Crypto? More often than not, this relationship between you and your aunt, I don't think it's going to resolve. It's probably going to be the same. It's probably not going to do. You're not going to be able to do anything about the way they do it. But once you say enough's enough and that's it to them, don't call me, don't write me, I don't care what kind of thing you're going through. I don't forgive you. You've made my life a living hell, blah, 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 whatever you need to say, okay? Crypto, let me do a cleansing shuffle for you. And I will clear these cards off really well. Then I want you to go put the phone down, turn it off, and go enjoy your goddamn vacation already, because this is something you earned and deserve to have, not worrying about all this shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And how about the 5th card? And how do they feel about you? Oh, goddess. Okay. In-laws, right? A person who doesn't know how to make choices and decisions in their life, who always thinks and waits for everything to come to them like they were the child waiting for a cookie from their mama, okay? Number 1, Sometimes they feel like you feel like a very lost person, very confused person, crypto, and they're not quite sure they know which direction you're going in. They don't see you breaking free of the old past or some of the old things that you used to do to yourself. They don't see you in that light, but they do recognize you are trying to make change, okay? It's not like they don't see you trying to make change. It's just they don't see you moving past the same old patterns you keep putting yourself in over and over and over again. You're trying to move past those patterns, and they see that you're trying, but that's it. They just see that you're trying. They don't see you opening the door and walking free from those things because you like your cage, you know? And it's not that easy. It's not. When it's your comfortable, safe, warm spot where you feel safe and secure, the last thing you want to do is leave that place because you know there are dangers out there and they can eat you, right? What they think of you mostly is that you don't use the power, whatever deity has been giving you energy or power up to this point, or belief system, whatever it has been. They don't believe you're wielding that power the right way. They think you're being callous with the power or energy or money or whatever else is your source of income or something like that. I don't think they feel like you're doing very well in the finance department part of it. And I'm feeling like they're just kind of very judgmental and they're very critiquey on certain things that they want to see you doing, but you're not doing. They keep telling you all the damn time. You probably hear it a lot from them. Yeah, and the last thing that they see is the whole as a whole their crypto. They just don't use the kind of person who can put out their old fires, who can deal with their old stuff. Yeah, I'm just telling you what they think, okay? I'm not telling you if you talk or don't talk. I'm just telling you what they think, you know? Because they don't see you as a person who can deal with their own fires. They can't even put out their own messes. I don't really need that in my life. You know, I'm old. I want to have peace. I'm just trying to live my life in peace and happiness. I don't care to about you right now. Your in-laws are just trying to say, okay, let's see if she can actually do that. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, but you know all of this of what they think kind of about you, that stuff, you know? And that's all you have to say is that, hey, maybe if they think of you like that, that's the way they think of you, but they're your in-laws, not your husband, okay? They're your parent, your husband's parents, not yours, okay? No one requires you to love them. You didn't marry their parents, you married him. Well, then, why do you think he's such a beautiful soul? A beautiful thing grew out of something ugly. Right? Right? Something beautiful grew out of something ugly. That's a rare person there. Okay? That's a keeper and you know it. Who do you need to pay more attention to? Who should you be paying attention to now? There, crypto girl? Why? Now go do it. Put the stupid phone down, turn it off, and come back tomorrow if you want. But go enjoy this vacation. Go enjoy getting your rest, your peace. Let this calm your mind and let you know that there's nothing you have to worry about. They're never going to be an impact on your life or marriage. Your marriage is stronger than that. Okay? Your marriage is stronger than that. And you need to own up to that. I love you. Bye. There's someone who needs to go enjoy their vacation really, really badly. I think she needed this vacation more than she needed anything in her life. And if she can just let all the shit go and go enjoy your vacation. Because of things I will tell you now. Clearing the cards off for cards, D. was 8 and 4, huh? Okay, almost there. Oh, well, the energy today. Here are your 8 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. No God cards for you. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th card is for you, D. All right, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me the gods. Here it comes, D. In all respect, I love you with all of my heart, but you weren't what they were looking for. They saw you still working on some of your own issues and problems, and they didn't really want to have to deal with it. Okay, they still feel that you're still working on yourself a little bit. They didn't see you as the beautiful flower. They're seeing you as that ugly weed now. They don't realize how beautiful of a person you are. They don't realize any of that stuff because they're not willing to give you that shot to find out. You have been feeling this too. You know that she couldn't get out of her own goddamn anxieties, fears, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? To not want to talk to you, really. It's just that you're more of the, you're in the way of where she wants to go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you know who you are as a beautiful flower, and she just thinks you're going to take a little bit too much time for her, honestly. That you need a little, she's looking for a fixing project. She's not looking for a soulmate. She's looking to fix someone into being what she wants as a husband. She wants to mold you into what she wants you, you to be, not what you want to be. Preparing herself for better things, you know. She has other things going on that she's doing and preparing for that have a lot more importance to her than you, unfortunately. And you're getting left behind underneath all of the other stuff because, you know what? You're the scraps. She's not putting you into the pot. You're the scraps she's putting into the compost pile. Well, not even the compost pile. She's putting you into the trash. Okay, I'm sorry it made you feel like that, but that's the truth. She just felt like why she didn't call you or why she hasn't called you yet is because, like I said, because I overthink and need reassurance. You know, and that was pretty much the whole point of everything. She just couldn't get past that. No, you didn't waste 3 weeks of your life. You didn't waste anything. You learned something from those 3 weeks. Now you know something new, right? I know you're joking, but yeah, okay? But that's the point, though. Even in a joking manner, though, remind yourself that it's just a part of the journey. You risked your heart, you risked yourself, and that self was rejected. You don't want that person in your life anyway, right? We have better things to do, better people to be a part of than that. And like we were talking about earlier, and we were saying this wasn't the right person, well, here's your goddamn confirmation, okay? But you went through those 3 weeks for a reason. Don't think of it as a waste. Think of it as a lesson. Because their insecurities and their fears tell them, I don't want someone who needs me that much. I don't want someone who's that insecure or needs that much reassurance. I don't want to be the one trying to make him feel better about themselves. I'm trying to feel better about me. I want to share my journey with someone. I know you're not, but you asked me what she thought, not what you are, okay? It's called assumption. You know, she assumed the wrong thing. She assumes the wrong energy. She assumes everything the wrong way. Now you have to wait for a message that may never come. The more and more you try to press the issue, the more and more she's probably not going to answer you back, okay? So, but, like I said, you know, we discover these things as we go. You're learning, you're growing, you're getting new information. Now you have the information. Now you have to decide what you want to do with your life and what that means to you now. Now it's the ball's in your court. Now you don't have to take that ball and take it home with you if you don't want. God bless us, right? God bless us both. Thank you for the follow, chicken. Yeah, I think it is too, honestly. I really do. You know what you should do? Block her. That way she can't contact you. You're just going to be done. You're not even going to worry about it. Just block it, be done, move on. Ghost her. No, I won't tell you to do that. That's mean. Don't do that. But, you know, sometimes if they ghost you, ghost them back. So, you know, don't worry about it. She wasn't the right one. So, Zeal, you want a reading, huh? Zeal, it's your turn. Yeah, I know you won't. Like I said, it might not have been your lesson to learn. Maybe it was her lesson to learn too, you know? Maybe you were her lesson as well as you were the same thing. You both found out things you really didn't want in a person. That made you understand that's not the kind of person I don't want to fall in love with. So now you won't attract those kind of people. You'll attract the ones you want to have in your life. The kind of person who's just like you, like we talked about before. All right, Zeal, what is your question, young person? And then Chicken, welcome on in. Since you haven't been here before, here's how it works. I ask you to choose numbers here. Please choose a number 1 through 10. I shuffled that many times with my homemade deck. Then I ask you to pick a second set of numbers 1 through 52, and that's where the answers you seek are in my deck. If you do have a question you want me to answer, please put it in the chat as simply as possible so I can understand it. If you just want a general reading where I tell you what you need to know, these are ethereal fire readings, so I will light your world on fire if I have to move you and shake you into the place where you will live the best day ever. And that's what I'm here to do, is to move you into that life that is your best possible day ever. And then you live the best possible life, you take it the rest of the way home. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it works here, Chicken, and welcome on in. If you want me to call you something else, please let me know that as well. I'll do my best to remember. Ha ha ha, you're funny. He goes 19 and 69. I'm like, he likes to tease. You troll. 6 and 33, huh? 1. Oh, cleansing shuffle. Almost forgot. Cleansing. Cleansing them off. Oof. Okay, a little bit of extra light in this one here. So what do you want to know then, Gio? I haven't seen a question. 6 and 33. Amelia? Okay, Amelia. I love Amelia. It's one of my favorite characters on Doctor Who. Is Amelia Pond. So, I love that name. And 6 and 33. And what do you want to know there, buddy? Maybe you said already, but I didn't see it. Retype it. I'm going to start to do your 6 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta get a card. Give me a second. We were on 3, so don't let me forget. I found your back character too. Okay, we got them all. Hey, they're like Pokemon cards. You gotta catch them all. All right, we were on 3, right? 3. 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, that's a God card. I'm going to put that one sideways because that one went really far. All right. And last but not least, 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, and the 33rd card is now on top. I'm still waiting for a question, but we're going to give you a general instead. How about that? Going once, going twice? Is that what we want? Mr. 1969. General it is, my friend. General it is. Well, that's what I felt like you were going to say anyway, so. Still searching for the path that you are wanting to be on. You want to be on your own journey, on your own time frame, on your own everything. So your journey is your own. You are trying to find what you're looking for right now. Find purpose, find meaning, find all of the stuff inside of yourself. But mostly that you've recognized that you have found most of what you're looking for. Now you're looking for what's next, right? And as we talked about earlier, that this resistance that we had to build up, that we're going through right now from our past that we had to deal with, right? Well, now we have to build a new shield. Now we have to build a new barrier between that which we don't want and what we do want. Because that's what's going to keep us safe in the end. We may get dings in the armor from time to time, but remember, new growth begins when you start to hammer out those dents and start to say they make me even stronger. So as you are journeying and finding out what that means to you, you're going to go out into the cold and you're going to be hit by the pellets of the sleet that are coming your way. They just want you to get back around the fire and put yourself back around positive people, positive community, positive faith. Yeah, and I was going to point that out too, but so if you want to know how to get back into doing something that's a little bit more, it's time to get back around those really good, close-knit people like you do on the campfire. They're going to help you design the shield. They're not going to make it for you. They might give you purpose, but you'll still have to find meaning in the purpose. Do you understand? And the thing that that this whole reading is about right now, Deal, is building up this new power shield that you are creating. That new belief in self, that new belief in your ownership of your path, the ownership of what you need to be doing next in your life, right? And as we start to put this all-encompassing good shield around us for the very first time, the real one that's going to help keep us going forward and getting through that journey and being that resilient. We've already built it. We're just repurposing it so that when we get around more people and get around more places and things, we're ready for that. And even though they will probably be the most helpful, likely people you get, it's just like you share campfire stories. Every once in a while, someone ribs you, and in a joking manner, and you take it personally. Well, don't take it so personally. Remember, you're the one who lights the fire in the center of that circle, that you are the one who's in control of the flame that you have within yourself. That will melt away any remaining ice coming your way. So not only will you have a power inner shield, new beans! Welcome back. I do remember you a little. I don't remember your reading, but I remember you a little. So that's what they're trying to tell you. you know? And then God comes along to say, come on, buddy. I just saw your cards too. Yep, I thought that was going to be there too. So, I have to put it like this to you. Stop waiting around. Donate back to self. And for God's sakes, you're a goddamn flower already. Donate what you deserve to have to yourself again. Stop waiting around to get it and go get it, Zeal. And the flower card was the sideways card, so you know that they're trying to tell you to be beautiful and be brilliantly beautiful at that. You know? So, have we been stalling a little bit, huh? Are they calling you on your shit a little bit? Damn straight they're calling you on your shit. What do they need you to do? Oh, poor you. You have to donate back to yourself again. Oh, poor you. You actually get to get some of the things you've always wanted. Oh, poor you. You poor unfortunate soul. I'll keep going if you want me to, or you can take the donations that are being given to you and become the flower you already are. Yeah, I'm telling you, buddy. Hoofty. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. So we have two newcomers coming up next. Newcomer and a returning person who I haven't seen for a while. But Zeal, that's what you needed to hear today. You know? I mean, come on. Yeah, that card twice. Come on. All right. You get the same card in multiple readings. You should probably pay attention to that. Okay? That donation thing keeps popping up for you, by the way. Wonder what you're not doing for yourself right now that you should be doing for yourself that give you joy and happiness that you just don't think, you think it's frivolous or whatever. Go be frivolous. You doing straight there, hot. These are ethereal fire readings. These are no longer just your average, ordinary readings. I'm going to tell you and let your world on fire if I have to. I'm telling you, I'm feeling this energy, guys, now. 4 and 2 and 4. And my question is, how is Nolan feeling towards you? And that's exactly what I will tell you. I'm going to start to clear these cards out for you, chick. Amelia. See, I remembered. So I'm clearing the cards off for any previous readings, okay? Kind of randomizes the cards and stuff like that as well. All right. So, for you, Nolan feelings towards you. Here are your shuffles for today. 1 and 2. Whoop. God cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 God cards for you. And the fourth card. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth card is, how does he feel towards you at this moment, right? And what does he need to tell you so you can recognize some of these things, right? So, Nolan is feeling like you're going through a state of change, that you're starting to emerge as the butterfly out of the cocoon kind of a deal, okay? But remind yourself that he saw you transform from one thing into another, and sometimes that's an adjustment period there, okay? And as you are starting to realize, Amelia, that this was always coming for you, you needed to be someone new and different. You needed this in your life. This is who you choose to be. And that's the important part. You choose it because you're about to get into that life part and that death part and that rebirth part because it's a part of the cycles you're going through. So he just sees you going through life and trying to adapt to change and grow. He sees you in search of that family. He sees you in search of that one true family, the one that hears your call, the one that comes to you. As my father had to learn in his youth, that not every family that could heal him because he wasn't trying to fix himself because those people could come along and fill the holes, he had to discover what those holes were in order to fill them, right? So he kind of looks at you as the lone wolf in search of a pack, who's looking for a home, who's looking for a family. And that means you're calling out with your one true heart song. The person who will hear that heart song will howl back at you like they're howling at the moon, and you will hear them. And every time you're around them, you will hear that howl, scream and holler at you. I am still here with you. He's not asking you to be a follower or a leader. He just wants to be with you. Isn't that enough? Isn't that enough family for you? And he wants to know why you don't give him the other half of that. Why you don't extend that feeling sometimes to him. So it kind of feels like a little bit of a lone wolf issue. He kind of sees you putting up defenses to keep you from the things you want the most, you know? And you've gone through all of these massive changes, yes, but now with those massive changes come new sharp edges. And those new sharp edges are protecting your ass from the things that used to hurt you. When you have to start to realize that the more you protect yourself from these things and worry about these things, the more the daggers go out. The more you let those soften and melt and turn into the water that will feed the flower that you want to become and the life that you want to become. Right? You had to let this last thing go and die and decay in your life. You know? So he sees you making this change. He sees you letting go of the past. He sees you letting this all go. He knows it's in stages, that you're in that stage of just letting it go, now being reborn out of all of the decay into a beautiful butterfly. Remember, a cocoon is spun from all that which that caterpillar eats along the way. It's what makes him and transforms him into the beautiful butterfly. But even a butterfly has to come out of his cocoon and allow their wings to dry before they can fly. And now that you're flying, it's like trying to capture that butterfly without hurting it. Because he doesn't want to hurt you. He doesn't want to make you be that way. He wants to see you become the most positive person. He likes what he sees, you know? But that doesn't mean that he doesn't see that you do have some things you still are trying to work on, you know? And letting you know this, that maybe that these last couple of months, though, that have given you all of these changes have been more about you owning up to your own love and knowing what you're worthy of now. Now you have to match what you're worthy of to the kind of person. Does Nolan match or not? And that's the kind of thing we're figuring out now. Does the new me match up with the old Nolan? You know what I'm saying? Now can he accept the new me and love the real me and love who this is? Or does he move away from me and distance himself from me? Well, the more he distances himself from you, the more he's just thinking, I'm just adjusting to this. Then he's going to come back and come closer again. But it's a transformational period for you there. You know, you're meant to go through all this transformation. You know? Now, I usually warn people when this happens, but I'm not warning people anymore. So here got God cards too. And here's what they're telling you that you need to do for you, though. And I want to make sure you're ready to hear this, at least, okay? I'm flipping them for you. Whether you want to hear it or not, it's up to you. What a God card message is, it's the most extreme message from your higher power that you will ever receive. We're going to wait 26 seconds before we finish that sentence. If you have ads right now, 1 moment, we're waiting for the ads. And then we reveal it to you. This doesn't have anything to do with that question. This has completely to do with just you and what you're going through right now. And they just want to validate some things for you. Okay? So. And we're back, making sure that everyone who had an ad break is back now. Amelia, are you still here? Making sure. I see you're ready to hear, but I just want to make sure that we're back from the ad and stuff. So I'm just going to tell you what you need to hear. Okay, good. So, what does your gods or your higher power want you to know? First and foremost, don't feel guilty for the picture that you've created. You made this be what you wanted. You weaved this. You worked hard on this. You became this for a purpose. Don't let your past guilt get in the way. Don't feel guilty for succeeding for once, for being a positive person. Don't let the guilt of being the best you cause you harm. You are beautiful because you got past the guilt of it. You are beautiful because you don't need to carry it with you any longer. Because the only thing you have left to fear is joy and happiness. Can you see the picture for what it truly is? Didn't you weave it that way? Well, then don't let it build up in you, and don't let it be your own guilt trip to yourself when you don't do it right all of the time. So this time, don't go back to those same old patterns that you used to by running back into the cave and going back into that safe warm spot and afraid to get out into that world and melt what is keep getting in your way. Number 2 for you. You are now seeing your world for how it really is. You're owning up to your own path, and you have to start to recognize exactly how beneficial your life really is, how beautiful you really got it. Because I bet if you looked around right now with this new attitude, you would see your life in a brand new positive way, which I think you have done. And you would see that starting to shine down into everything else in your life. And you're questioning yourself, why didn't I do this fucking sooner? You did it now. Now is the time to donate back to self. You earned this money. It's time to go spend this money. You fulfilled the needs so you could go spend on the wants. Go get it, girl, and get what you want. Because we see you in a positive light. We see you for who you really are. And we know if you can get past the guilt trip of being a success, then you will be a success. Nothing and no one will ever be able to stop you. End of story. I don't know why I had to say end of story, but it was like, no buts. It's time to embrace it completely. This is your new life. Live it. Live it, Amelia. And if this brings you any kind of a hope, I want you to know that you are about to embark on the craziest adventure you've ever been on. All of time and space, everything that ever happened or ever will. You're about to go on your own little Doctor Who ride, Amelia Pond. So grab those fish fingers and yogurt. Okay? So grab your fish fingers and custard. Fish fingers and custard it was. Fish fingers and custard. And if you don't get the Doctor Who reference, well then, just know that you're about to embark on a beautiful, wonderful, crazy journey that's going to fulfill you in more ways than you could ever possibly imagine. And when you finally own that path, you will see just what a wild ride it's been. But whoa, what a great ride it was. You're welcome. All right, new beans, it's your turn. Let me clear the cards off for you. Throw me the numbers. Throw me those feelings. What you need to know today, new beans. Welcome back in. I hope you're having a great vacation, by the way. Are you on vacation or some kind of a break somehow, some way? Because I kind of really feel that. Simon, I and Lilith be together. Okay, so you want to know about the family thingy. Okay, I get you. Clearing the cards off for you for this one. This one's going to hit home a little bit. I feel it. All right. Yeah. No, it's romantic, not family. Yeah, got you. Crying emotion. Well, crying emojis might come out for you today there, New Bean. Sorry. So let's get to it here. Here are your 7 official shuffles for the question you have asked. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too many. 6. And last 7. I knew you were going to get some. Got 2 God cards as well, New Beans. And the 25th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 25th card is... And we want to know about Simon and Lilith will be together, right? Just to reiterate, will Simon and Lilith be together? Correct? Romantically, right? Just double checking I got it right before I begin. Beans. I'm a rude, crude, socially unacceptable man with the delusions of grandeur, a God complex, and I'm so connected to the gods it scares me. Oh, God. Will Lilith and Simon be together romantically? You skip numbers. Kidding. Ha ha ha. Fuck you. Stop trolling me, Zeal. So, you want to know what is going on with you and Simon. I think that all that's really waiting for it to happen, Beans, here, is this little surface stuff that we're working on right now. That they just have to get to know the side you don't want to share a little bit. You know, a little bit more of the vulnerable nature on their part as well. They have to be both kind of have to be vulnerable enough to show them the ugly parts of who we are, to take off the mask and say, I'm not perfect. Can you still love me? Can you still appreciate me? If I see that part of you, do I love that back in return? Is that reciprocated? And that's what we're really asking, is if that is reciprocated back to us, right? And will you and Simon be together? Well, if you guys can bring up, there's one other person in, not at this moment, there's only one person I'm reading for them right now, King. You know? Hey, high class hippies in the chat. There's my high class hippie. I haven't seen you in faith. Well, it's going back. It'll probably be back by next week. Give me a freaking week to get it back. Jeez. I haven't done this in like 3 years. Okay, come on. Give me a second, all right? Peace. Don't be so hard on me there, you little fart knocker. Yeah, well, you're working hard, so you got to rest hard, don't you? Anyway, back to you there, New Beans, is that when we get back to under the surface and we get past these little masks that we kind of keep putting on for each other there, that's when things will start to open up a little bit differently for you. Because right now, whatever issues and problems you're having with one another, or if you're not even having those issues yet, you know, it's all about you stop navigating around the issue and start being a little bit more going through the problems rather than around the problems. You know, it's time to take a new look at this situation and jump for joy that you have the opportunity to find that new fresh breath of air again. Now, this is my wife's card in my deck. So I want to tell you one very special thing. Hey, whenever someone gets my one true love in my deck, I want to say to you, hey, this may be the one true love of your life, but until you can breach that surface floor and jump for joy and take that zeal of life back into yourself again and find that new love, fall back in love again or fall in love and risk your heart. It's time to jump for joy that you have that opportunity. It's time for you to jump for joy that you have that moment available for you. Not everyone gets that. Not everyone gets the opportunity to see underneath the surface of the ocean floor. But when you finally do, you will scream for joy because then you will understand the ins and outs of that person. I think that this relationship will come to terms, but it's going to be a lot of getting through the issues and problems we have to work through. You living and breathing in the joy is all what you need to do. What they need to do is come to that surface that you are that beautiful thing that comes out of the water when you show that to them. It's a big ass whale coming out of the pond. Most people say that's the most beautiful sight that they can see. But it's a big ass creature who has to do a lot of different navigating. It has to search for things that it can eat because it doesn't have teeth. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it doesn't want to hurt you as badly as you think it does. It's not really it's just trying to find some joy in the situation. Finding out what we need to bring out and put back into this thing that we need to work on. And that's what it's all about. Is this the same kind of guy you are usually falling for? Is it time to start to consider that these are the kind of guys who keep hurting you? Is that what you need to shield yourself from? Or do you need to shield yourself from yourself, your own doubt, your own fear coming back at you? Because as you start to put out that doubt and that fear and that anxiety within yourself right now, you are putting it out there and all it's doing is blowing right back at you. Right? And that's what we're scared of. We're scared of risking and being hurt. But love doesn't come without risk. Love doesn't come without hurt. You have to risk your heart in order for your heart to be accepted. Once your heart is chosen, once he chooses you, like Pokemon Ball chooses Pokemon, okay? You just accept it as truth. And then you will do whatever it takes to make it possible. Because it will be the easiest, most beautiful thing you've ever done. But you have to get past your own doubt, your own fear. You have to believe that you are walking in sunshine and love, that you are ready to share your journey. He's not going to fix you. He's not going to make you be a better person. You're just asking him to share you, like you share that Pokeball with other Poke people, okay? And that means they have to evolve into better, more stronger characters. He's evolving. Let him evolve. You got to give him an opportunity to evolve first, okay? Before you just go, he's not doing it for me. Well, maybe you need to look underneath the surface a little closer. Maybe you need to find the joy in him like you want him to find the joy in him. Maybe it's time to put on your pretty little dress and go tell him in no certain terms, hey, you, I like you. Maybe we should see if this would work out or not. Maybe we do. Here's my sexy self. And here's who I am. Do you love this part of me? Or can you get to learn to love me or to get to know me enough to understand at least that's someone you do want to eventually have in my life again? But you have to put on that positive shield, not the negative shield. That's how you will walk through that life in beauty, not in misery. Right? And then God comes to tell you exactly what you need to do for yourself. And the only thing you need to worry about right now is staying in your beautiful spiritual self that you're working on right now, new being. Being that beautiful spirit you are and sharing that light with the other person who holds that light. It's like a candle that holds the light. You are the flame. He is the candle. Now we must relight. Now we must relight. Now we must relight. Okay, now we can relight. Now I am the candle, he is the flame. Do you get it? But now we share this flame together. We are this. We are this power, this light, this force that is beyond any imagining. Welcome back, Banished. And it's time to get back around the positive people who keep making you feel more positive. So you can follow the sun around like a sunflower does in a sunflower field. It does it all day long. It doesn't stop taking in positivity. But when it goes back to rest, what does it do? It turns back to the place where it can find positivity again. So if you want to be more positive and you want to live in this love and this light and you don't want this to be negative, then you need to stop the negative talk and thinking. So be the soul, the beautiful soul you knew you are. Let him come to you. If he's the right one, he will do whatever it takes to be a part of your life. If he wants to be there, they will be there. If they don't want to be there, they will move to a place where they can find the happy. Because you may not be the right fit, and you might think you're lucky stars one day. You never went with that guy. You never know. Maybe you have more love to give yourself first before you give it to somebody else there, beans. My beautiful new bean. And just know he's trying. He's trying to understand you. He's trying to get you. He sees you going through this transformation. He sees you trying to do this more positive life. It's warming his heart, yes, but he's seen you try before and fail. And he doesn't want to see you fail again. Because every time you fail, his heart goes into that little, I feel for her because I do care for you. Because I do love you. Because I do have feelings for him. You know? And yeah, you love him, but is he gonna make you feel fulfilled? Or is he just that spot so that you can say someone loves you? You know? Who needs to love you more right now? Him or you? Is he the guy who can love the real you? Well, then show him. Show him. And stop skirting around the issue and go tell him, point to his face and tell him. Because that's the only way you will ever know your answer. Truthfully, that's the only way you will ever know your answer until you go and say the words to him, I love you, I think you're amazing, I want to share my life with you, here's every vulnerable thing I have to share with you. If you can love that, I will love you equally in return. That's true love there. That's chosen love there. That's enduring love there. Because when you choose the other person, not like you're gathering another penny in a pot. King, how you been? How you doing? Where you been? How you been doing? Where you going? How you doing? Clearing the cards out for my friend King here. King, can you please tell me your numbers of the day and or question, please? I really, really would appreciate that. I've got to change some of my little messages here, but you get the idea when they pop up there. I'm clearing the cards for you, my friend. Now, it's been cold for like 3 days. Alexa, what's the temperature like? Alexa, temperature.
Right now, it's 52
52 degrees. It's been like in the 30s
Today,
for
expect
3
a
weeks.
high
We've
of
been
69
without
degrees.
heat for 3 weeks, guys, because the gas turned us off because the bill didn't go through for $10. 1 through 10 for your shuffle, and then 1 through 52 for the 1 through 52 for the other numbers. So your shuffle amount is 1 through 10. Your reading number is 1 through 52. And then you just ask me your question or just say I want a general reading. Whichever you need today. Okay? General read 7. Okay, so 7 shuffle. What's the second set of numbers? 1 through 52. 7 shuffles and what number? Okay, 7, 11. All right, here are your 7 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 2 God cards today. I 7 and 11 are 22. I'm getting confused here, King. I did 7. Do you need me to do another one? Another 11 or 22? Which one do you want? Okay, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like you changed your mind. Wait, I want 11. Jesus. Oh. I don't know if you've been paying attention, King Palm, but I just talked about my wife's card, but it's in a different position. It means a different thing this time. Because you found joy. You got around the problems. You breathe in the air. But sometimes you're a little too stubborn for your own damn good. So sometimes it takes a mountain to move you into directions you want to be in. Dear King Palm, it's about living in the joy, embracing the swim, embracing that you have the opportunity to swim around or swim through. That's what brings you joy, because that is what you breach from every time you go up for that fresh breath of air and sing your song to the world. The people who are ready to hear that and want to hear that will come to you like they were your one true love. You're being attracted to this kind of energy of loving yourself, but doing it in a way that's more less trying to skirt around the issues and go through the issues, but also learning how to deal with the issues even when you can't go through them. When they're big land masses that can't be moved out of the way in your life, well, sometimes you need to navigate around those things. But when they're the small little things you know you can get through for right now, until that ice breaks up that you can swim through, well, then that's what you need to do. Just remember, everything comes in stages, everything comes in moments, and you will live through everything, but you will be in the most positive emotional state you want to be in, as long as you can find the joy in your life once again. And as you start to build the new fire within yourself, you're taking the bad and you're saying, I don't want this in my life, and I'm burning it away from me. I'm taking the good things that I want in my life and I'm making them empower me. I'm making them be my source of power. I am stoking the fire to get ready to do something in my life I've been waiting to do. I have to get my fire red hot to do this. I have to believe it. I have to own it. I have to become it. I have to do whatever it takes to make my fire as hot and strong as I need it to be. Because now I'm going to stick my ass into that fire and I'm going to take out myself from that fire. And I'm finally going to do the really hard work of tempering myself into the shape I want myself to be. Not navigating around the problems anymore, hitting them head on. By deciding if I want to defend myself with the sword that slashes away the enemies and kills all of my enemies in my way, or do I need to be the shield that protects me from those other things that I don't want in my life, my greatest enemies, my doubts, my fears, the things that really stop me? Can I finally break free and shield myself from these so I can start to attack them? Do I want to be a cup that gets filled or emptied on a daily basis, emptying out the old, filling it with the new, emptying out the old, filling it with the new, emptying out the old, filling it with the new? Sometimes we need to replenish our cup and drink deep, my friend, of the new life you have chosen. Or do you want to be the fan that goes back to this fire and says, hey, wait a minute, I control the ebbs and flows of my life. I control how hot the fire gets. Slow, fast, it doesn't matter. It's my choice. Stop trying to control me with all of these little spider webs that I have to use this fan to blow away from me. Because I want to take back the control of my life. Because I'm ready to temper myself maybe into this place where I control the life that I want myself to be. I need to fan my own fire the appropriate way. So maybe this is a suggestion on what you need to work on right now and what you need to be more in that process of, because that's how you will get everything you want out of life there, King. You know? because you found the joy in your life, because you stoked the fires before, because you tempered yourself into what you chose yourself to be, you have control of your life. And that's what you've been hoping for. The control back in your life again. Well, it's in your hands. Use it. And then we have God cards for you, Kingy. And they're telling you to do this. Stop contemplating the mysteries and the mistakes of the past and move on. It's a history book, not a war chronicle. You must move past the past in order to step into the future. Either deal with it, admit it, forget it, or let it go. One of those choices. Admit it, that it happened. Okay, it happened. Forget it. Okay, it happened. I don't need to remember anymore. Or move on and become someone new by taking that step forward and start contemplating more positive choices and make more positive choices. Grab the brass ring out of the jar of destiny and say to yourself, this is my marble and I'm going to goddamn make it happen. Right, left, backwards, forward, side, up, left, right, backwards, forward. You're not Mario, okay? We're not trying to control you. You need to control your own life. Mr. Player number 1, who controls Mario. I don't know why they wanted me to say it like that, but that's what they wanted me to say. I should be known, not unknown. You know why I call myself the unknown prophet, right, guys? Because I hold within me the unknown possibilities that are yet to be known. Aha, take that. Well, I've been raised to a higher level now, King, but that comes with responsibilities too. I can tell you this all day long. Until you implement it in your life, it will not carve it into your destiny, fate, and whatever else. And taking ownership of my life right now is the thing I need to do. I need to open that door because it's too hot in here now. Exactly. Exactly. I walk through that door into the ethereal realm, but that means I also walk back out of that door. Eventually, I will stay in the door, and the door will close behind me, and there won't be any going back to that door, past that door anymore. I will live and breathe in the ether. And that's what I'm working towards right now, is getting attuned to that energy. So that's what I'm going through right now. You know, even I walk into the unknown as I am the one who swims in the light, because I have to find the possibilities that have yet to come to me. And that's what I like to say to everybody here as well. And these things have changed a little bit because I change. I change all the time because I grow, because I become, because I do. People think I have no direction, or I'm a lost soul who doesn't have anything to do with. No, I've accepted those changes. Those didn't fit for me anymore. I moved on from those changes. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until I accepted those changes into my heart, my mind, my body, and soul that I became those things. And as I am adjusting to a new level now, I am doing that physically, mentally, and spiritually, adjusting to that energy so that it doesn't even phase me anymore. And that's the thing I'm going in and out of right now, is that phasing part between the mundane world and the ethereal realm. Is where all the energies of all of that which has ever existed since the beginning of time exist. Good, bad, ugly, all that is in between. There is no good, there is no evil. It's just energy that we don't, I mean, of course there's evil in the world, of course there's good in the world. We need balance because of those things, but I'm just saying it's really about a balance of energies, whether you call it good or evil or negative and positive, whichever way you want to call it, still the same thing. It's just, things have to balance out in nature. And we will eventually balance out the other way around. You know, Earth will not be this crap wartime thing forever. We will eventually work it out, but we are gonna have to. We're gonna have to work that out in a way that meets the needs of everybody. We're not gonna create the one world religion and everything else that the Antichrist you think it was gonna create and stuff like that. That's not gonna happen because we won't let it happen. You know. No. If it does come to pass, then we couldn't stop it anyway, right? It was preordained anyway, right? Why worry about it then? You know what I'm saying? If it's already meant to be, then why should I worry about it? It's going to happen whether I want it to or not. There's nothing I can do to stop it, right? I'm not the one who has to be in charge of stopping it or start it. But I am responsible for choosing my path. Stop asking yourself why this happened to you and why this happened for you. It's not why would this happen to you, it's why this happened for you. This happened for you. Because it's not time yet. D. Because you have more to grow on. Because maybe the universe needs you to become number one first. Maybe they need you to be. How is not time? I don't know. You have to answer that question for yourself. If the right person is meant to come to you, trust me, they will come to you, D. There's nothing that will be able to stop that ever. If that person is meant to be with you, there will be nothing that can stand in their way. If it's not the right time, it's not the right time. There are other things for you to go do before you're ready for that. You get to decide if it's not the right time. But if you want a person who's just going to be in your life, then go pay for someone to be in your life. Okay, go buy that love. Because that's the only way you're going to get it, if you buy that love. If you want real love, it's going to take time to come to you. Will come to you. You know? You don't need another person to fill you. That's the point. You don't need that right now. You're good enough on your own. Until that person can see beauty in you and seek you out, then okay then. Maybe then, when someone sees just how beautiful of a person you become, then they'll all want you, and then you'll be able to pick anybody you want. And they will feel like, oh, why didn't they pick me? Well, remember when you did that to me? That's why. People are human, that's why. People are human, scared, afraid, people who live in their heads, who always make judgments and misunderstandings, who always go based on feeling more than thought. And when they try to mix it up with the thoughts they do have, they are all negative and unpositive and questioning and doubting. You go through hope, wonder, beauty, and excitement and faith and hope. You have to believe it. Well then, like I said, I told you may not get a response from this. Exactly. I don't care. I'm moving on. There's something better out there for you. Maybe it's a week away. I'm not saying it's going to take forever. I'm just saying she wasn't the one. Maybe the other one's already on its way and you just haven't seen it yet. Or haven't been. It's probably going to be someone who's more in your actual area that you can actually go see, that is a part of you. I think you're going to find out something later, like someone had told you in another reading that you didn't know before. Once you realize it and find that information out somewhere in the future, it will validate everything you are feeling now. But that's a future event that hasn't happened yet. And that's all you have to say. I am moving on. I'm better. I've got other things I got to go do. Then go. Then you have to say, then this has to be the last time you say it. And you really do have to move on. You know? I will take that all into very careful consideration. I love what you said, and I will take that and actually think about that for a while. I don't know if that's what's right for me, but thank you for the really good suggestion. Okay. I was writing somebody else on Discord too who is trying to find some answers for them. I think it's time we close down the queue and we go find someone to go pay some attention to. Queue is closed. Queue is closed. I'm closing it down. I'm done. Alright, let's go see who is out there in the old Twitchy land. I wish my brother from another mother was on, but I hope he's okay. I'm just worried about my friend right now, honestly. Games with Snakes, if you're out here, let me know you're alive. I miss you. So let's see who deserves our love today, though. Let's go find someone who doesn't get a lot of love for someone to get some a raid for once. I know where we're going. I know where we're going. Oops. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Since I'm ending early, I'm going to send you one of the most awesome tarot readings on Twitch. Stop being hopeful and move on. Stop being hopeful and move on, D. Really, come on. If you've decided to do it, then do it. Don't let it get in your head, okay? Don't do that to yourself. You don't need that. You don't need that overthinking shit. You don't. Oh, okay. Then I agree with that. I was saying, don't be hopeful for this person, please. So we're going to go say hi to Guidance. He's one of the best tarot readers. I love getting my readings from him. I feel he's very connected to that ethereal as well. That he's one of my Twitch brothers out there in the tarot community. I want to go show him support today because he's always showing me support. So please follow along with me and raid with me. And that's what we will do. Okay, now I have to shout him out again better. Alright, that's where we're going. Copy and paste my raid message. Number 1 is here. Number 2 is above. Whichever one you want to copy and paste, go right ahead. If you're a subscriber, number 1 works better than number 2. Number 2 works better than number 1. Sorry. So anyway, we're going to start our raid here. And we're going to start getting our butts going over there. So I love you very much. I will always love you. But it's time for me to rock and roll and get out of here and go. So as soon as I get my music back up, we're heading there. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. I love you. I will see you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. If you want more information, please join me on twitch.tv every day, Monday through Friday. I would love to see you here. We'll see you then. Love you. Bye-bye, guys.